Hey there, welcome to the Autumn Acorn Knits. This is episode 39 and my name is Judy. This is a podcast about knitting, crocheting, natural yarn dyeing, pattern designing, and all the crafty things. I'm so happy you're here. If you are a returning viewer and if it's your first time, thank you. I appreciate you being here very, very much. So I'm back home. As some of you know, I've been away in Connecticut helping my daughter who just had a baby. So she was recovering, or is recovering from a C-section, so I was down there for a couple weeks helping. Happy to be back, just to get back to a little more normalcy, if that's possible during these strange times that we're living in. But I still think it's important to try to keep as much normalcy as we can. I mean, a lot hasn't changed for me since I am an introvert. I tend to prefer sort of solitude or just alone time, being away from the crazy busyness of things. So, and I work from home, so obviously this doesn't change a ton for us, but for my husband and I, but it does change a little bit as far as us going out. We definitely are not doing that. Let's see. So you can find me on Instagram as the Autumn Acorn and Craft a Living, which is my other business. It's like under the umbrella of the Autumn Acorn. You can also find me on, I have a group on Facebook called the Autumn Acorn Knits, and I have a Facebook page called Craft a Living as well. You can also, I'll put a reminder at the end where you can find me other places. So yeah, how have you been? How is everybody? How are you coping? It's such a strange thing to see this happening in such a social world. It's just, I'm still like, I'm trying to stay away from the news though, because it's not so good for us. A lot of it seems to be sensationalized and negative and polarizing and all the bad things. So I'm trying to stay away from watching the news. Oh, there's a little bird. We had snow again last night, even though it's like April 16th, I think. We had snow for the last 2 nights in a row. So, tricked us. All right, let's get right into some things and then we'll save more chatter for the end. So I am going to be doing a huge shop update. I'll end probably with that, just to show you some of the things that will be available. Pretty excited about some of the new things that I'll be offering, and I think you will too. But let's see, I have a work in progress. This is a project that I watch a podcast called Freya's Fiber, which I really, really enjoy. Hi, if you're watching. Sigrid is the mom of Freya, and she just has a lovely podcast based out of Sweden. Anyway, she has knit up at least one pattern by Fabel Knitwear, depends on where you live, how you say it, right? And so I quickly got hooked on Fabel Knitwear's podcast as well. And I believe she lives in Great Britain. Anyway, she is a yarn dyer and a pattern designer, and so once I went on to her site, I'm like, oh, well, I need to have some patterns. So I purchased the Eowyn blouse, and there's a picture of it. Made with fingering weight yarn, and it's a raglan pullover top. I thought would be perfect for spring or even fall. And I am using some of my yarn that's undyed in just this cream natural base. And this is what I have so far. So here's the bottom. It's got a nice big ribbed band, and then the body with, these are increases on the side as well as on this side. I was too lazy to put the markers on both sides, but they're an equal amount of increases, boy, on this side. Now I'm at the part where I do the raglan and the sleeves and everything. I'm struggling a little bit with the directions. If anyone's made this pattern and you think you could kind of guide me along, I just don't quite understand the way it's worded, and I'd love to have it come from someone else who's figured it out. It's probably really simple. I haven't done a ton of raglan sweaters. I mean, I've designed, I think, more than I've actually knit, if that makes sense, but I'm stuck on the way it's worded, and I know it's me. I know it. It has to be. So rather than try to find the answer on Ravelry, I just don't go to Ravelry very much. I'd really appreciate it if anyone has knit it and can help me, kind of guide me along. I would so appreciate it. So, yep, and that is in my beautiful bag by Chris of Chestnut Fibers. She's up in Canada. She really makes lovely bags. Here's her little Chestnut Fibers, whoops, tag. And, oh, I have a little bee. So one of my progress keepers. And then I have a little cat, which I love. That little kitty's so cute. And that's Meryl. That was, Chris sent that to me, especially with this bag, because she knows that we adore our black cat, Meryl. So that is a work in progress. I'm also still working on the Frost Fairy jacket in that really beautiful reddish color that I showed you on my last shorter podcast episode. And the test, I just can't talk today. The tech editor and grader has finished putting in all 7 sizes. So if you're one of the test knitters and you're watching, she is just doing the tech editing part, which is going to be very quick, and I'll have that pattern back out to you, the revised version, so you can all get finished on those beautiful jackets, and then I can get working on mine as well. Let's see, I'm wearing a finished object, whoops, and this I crocheted, and it took me 2 days to do, which is amazing. I love crochet. It's fingering weight, and it is lacy. I don't know if you'll be able to see it, well, but I'll make sure I put in a little video so you could see the front and the back and the length. But I mean, I can show you kind of now that it has this sweet little tie, and that goes all the way around. You kind of see the length there, and yeah, it has this sort of scoop neckline, which is really flattering on just about everybody. And like I said, it took me 2 days, but I worked pretty intently on it, so I would guess that the average person with a couple hours to spare each day could easily finish this off in a week, 5 days. similar. So it was fun and not difficult, and I will work on getting this graded and tech edited, and I'll be calling for testers too. So if you're interested, it took 2 skeins, so about 800 yards of fingering weight yarn, and this I would consider this a size medium because that's what I am usually. So yeah, fun, very fun. I did finish my daughter's bubbling Brook shawl, which is one of my designs I showed you in the last episode, which, by the way, she watched, and I didn't think she would. She doesn't usually, but she was, you know, in bed recovering with a newborn, so she had time. And she comes on, she's like, "So, I just watched your podcast." And I said, "So, now you know that that's a gift for you." And she's like, "Yeah." So I finished that in time to give it to her before I left. It was down to the wire. I want to say there was like 1 day left, and I gave it to her, and she was really happy with it. I have a few acquisitions, not a lot. I just bought a mattress for Joe and I, an avocado mattress, which is made in the US in California by a wonderful green company, and their mattresses are absolutely gorgeous, and they're made with only organic cotton and wool, and just very, very no chemicals or any. A lot of the memory foam mattresses that you buy are just filled with polyurethane and other terrible chemicals that smell, and they're just not good for you to breathe in. So I was happy to be able to buy this mattress for us, and they gave with that mattress a free book called The Little Blue Planet, which I will be giving to the girls, to Charlie and Blake. And it's a really, really sweet book about the earth and the resources and how we can take care of it, and it's just a super, super sweet message. And it also, you know, it talks about also how we take care of the planet and the planet will take care of us. So highly recommend this book. If you can find it, but it may just be, I'm not sure, it may just be for Avocado, the mattress company. But I thought I would share it with you anyway, because it's just a really great idea, I think, to really spread the word and get the kids involved early and young. I also received sweet gift in the mail from Julie, and Julie and I are scrappy friends. We call ourselves scrappy friends. And so Julie helped me with a pattern, with some sizing on a pattern, and I wanted to thank her and send her something. So she said, "Hey, why don't we just become scrappy pals? We'll send each other leftovers of yarns and fabrics and other things that we have that we don't need anymore." So I sent her a package. Before that, though, she sent me a package, and I wanted to share with you what she sent. So much fun. So she sent me these wonderful waxed covers, which I have a few already, and I just love them. They take the place of saran wrap, and she sent me 2 of those, and I think she made these. I think she probably bought the fabric and then added the wax herself, and that really helps them to adhere to the bowl. So those are fun. Oh, there's another one. Nope, there's 2 more. These are round. So for a small bowl, and again, there are 2. Super good idea. And then Julie sent me some scraps of her yarn. Oh, and some tea. And these were from The Farmer's Daughter, which I've always wanted to have some yarn from them, and they're so pretty. So I don't know yet what these will become, but they may go into a shawl. They all match really well together. I love this color so much. I wish I could dye that color. I haven't had luck though yet. Maybe someday. Oh, and then she sent me these two, these little samples, which are so pretty. I don't think you want to see them in plastic. I'm not sure I'm saying this correctly. I can't think of how you would say that. Maybe Lyzusak. Lamb spun merino silk in Harvest. I'm not sure. This one might be Harvest, but I'm probably wrong. It's gorgeous. And then this is so pretty as well. There's quite a bit on this cake, solid cake. So maybe this one is Harvest, and maybe this isn't Farmer's Daughter, maybe this is Lasso. I'm not sure. It doesn't matter. They're all beautiful, and thank you, Julie. Thank you so much. Oh, I forgot that this was at the bottom. I'm going to put it in my planner, but oh my gosh. I love it. I love it so much. I love squirrels. I wanted to shout out to Debbie from Tea Hill Cottage, if I haven't already. I can't remember. Things have been so crazy that I just forget things. But she sent my daughter some beautiful burp cloths. She makes them and sells them on her Etsy shop. And they were just such a hit. There were 3 burp cloths, and she sewed this very sweet special blanket for Charlie to use for her dolls. So my daughter has been loving these burp cloths. They're her favorite, so she just ordered another set. But I just wanted to say thank you so much, Deb, for that gift. It meant the world to me and to my daughter. I also... I told you I bought some yarn from Peace Fleece, the red yarn that I showed you for the Frost Fairy jacket. And at the same time, I don't know what came over me, but I decided I wanted some more yarn because, of course, I have to design something else, right? So anyway, they seem to have changed. I don't know. This is new to me. I don't remember Peace Fleece having a logo that looked like that or having a cool bag, a burlap bag with your yarn, but I was excited, and the color is not what I expected. So what I saw on the monitor, I think it looks different. I do love it, but at first I didn't, and I'm not sure this is a color that's going to work for me, but here it is. I'd love to know your opinion on what you would think of this as a cardigan on me, like for my skin, because I'm not sure it'll work. It would be for fall. Anyway, I got 4 of these, and so I love green, so I want this to work. It reminds me a lot of another yarn that I used. I can't think of the name of that one right now, but I ended up really, really loving it. I made a sweater. It never became a pattern because I ran into some trouble, but sorry about the noise. I just like keeping them in this sack. I think it's so cute. It's the little things. This reminds me that I've started to go to green of packaging as I can. Although that's been harder right now because we're not going to the grocery store as much. So let me explain. I've been using grocery bags, brown paper grocery bags, to ship my items in, yarn and mostly, you know, anything that I sell on Etsy or in my regular shop. So we haven't been to the grocery store much, so I have used them all up, unfortunately. I may have to use plastic until I get back to the store to get more because they're great. And then I found some paper tape that I use. It's expensive, so I'm not sure if I'll be able to use it all the time, but I really wanted to try it out, and it's strong and it seems to work really well. So that's been fun. Now, the last acquisition is Knit Crate, my monthly subscription box. And I have 2 of them because we're a little bit behind. But, oh, this yarn is so soft. It's so soft that it doesn't even want to, look, it wants to go over on its side. It's so squishy and beautiful. Look at that color. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. This is by La Brebis. Don't know that company, but this is a light alpaca, and the colorway is Ancient Pine. So this is 100% baby alpaca, which, oh, this would make the most luxurious shawl or scarf or cowl, but I love it. And then they included some tips for the ends of the needles, which is really handy. Oops. And some awesome markers, which we all need. And then it always comes with a pattern book with 2 or 3 beautiful patterns. There's a shawl that you could make. Sometimes there's a pair of socks, a hat, beautiful hat. They have really nice patterns. If you do decide you'd like to join Knit Crate, I do have a affiliate link in the show notes, so if you don't mind using that link, it helps me. It gives me a little bit of money. It doesn't cost you anything extra though. And then the last one was this gorgeous yarn. Okay, 2 skeins with blue and purple. Do you see the purple? Look at that. It's so beautiful. There's some purple. Very pretty, by Autumn Wools. This is a sport weight colorway Sky, and it's a 80% superwash merino, 20% tencel, sport weight. And it came with this really beautiful ceramic button that matches it quite well. And of course the pattern book. Always a pattern book. Oh, look at those gorgeous socks. Those are beautiful. And these are really cute as well. These little socklets. Sweet. So there. That is so much fun to receive this every month. I know I don't always share these with you, but I thought it'd be fun to share this time. Let's move on to some of the new items that we'll have in the shop. So the first thing that I'll be offering is a tweed base. Now the tweed base will sometimes be left natural so that you can knit with it as it is, or you can dye it yourself, or as you'll see, sometimes I will be dyeing it up. This is the base in fingering weight. And I've already got it all tagged up, but I just wanted you to get an idea that it's very pretty natural cream with gray and black and brown tweed flex. And so this base is now going to come in fingering weight and then sport. No, sorry guys, DK weight. Same color. And then my favorite, Aran weight. This is so squishy. It's so squishy. And it is, I should have mentioned this, 85% superwash merino, 15% Donegal nap. The Aran weight has 183 yards. The DK weight has 231 yards. And the fingering weight, or sock weight, has 438 yards. That's a lot. That's probably the most I've seen in a fingering. So those will be available, and let me show you some of them dyed up. So this first one here was dyed up. The name of it is Strawberry Wine. This was dyed with cochineal, and this is DK weight. So you could see that it really does take the color well. And then those white neps really show up in the tweed, which I love that. So that is the DK weight in Strawberry Wine. And I only have 4 of those available. And I have a funny feeling these are going to sell quick. There they are. And then I dyed up the Aran weight base in this pretty one, which is named Strawberry Milk. And again, this is the Aran weight. Did I say? Yeah, I think I said the other one was DK. This is Aran. Dyed up really nicely, and just like the Strawberry Wine, I only have 4 in Strawberry Milk. So I was able to dye up just 2 of this color, Fossil, in Sport Weight. It's a really beautiful khaki tan color, and that was dyed with Cooch. And I think I mentioned that the others were cochineal. Then I have some 100% non-superwash Merino Sport. And I have that in this color, which I thought was much needed for spring, called Sun-Kissed. This was dyed using greener shades dyes. And it has a little, greener shades are an organic, natural dye, but they do have, I think they are acid dyes, but they're very, very earth friendly and much safer than traditional acid dyes. But as you can see, there's some peach, some pink, some oranges, some yellows. It's a very, very happy color. And I have 4 of those available that are all the same. Okay, what else do we have? In the fingering weight tweed base, I have dyed up some yarn using Cooch again in this really pretty brown tweed. And it shows up all those beautiful specks. And I think I have 6 of these for sale. Yeah. So, yep, hard to carry 6, but I do have 6, which would make a gorgeous sweater cardigan. So those are available, or will be available when the shop update. Then I do have some 100% non-superwash merino sport weight in this lovely colorway, which is called Plum Raisin, and this was dyed with Brazil wood. Look at that. I'm very happy with how this turned out. Look at the depth of that color right there. And I do have 4 of these available for sale. I'll show them all to you. There they are. I did have a couple of stragglers here. This was just a one-off called Seville Skyline. And this one was dyed with greener shades. Whoops. No, actually, no. Cochineal. This was naturally dyed. I was really surprised at how orangey this came out. It's like an orange pink. And you can see how different, same formula, turned out. Always, always surprises me. Always. This one is called Antique Pink, and happily I have 2 antique pinks. And those have 245 yards, DK weight. And I said 100% superwash merino. This is a hand-spun base, hand-spun by beautiful women in Peru. And I am leaving it natural. This is 50% Highland wool and 50% alpaca. And this is an super bulky, which I thought would be really fun. You could knit up maybe or crochet some little carpets or mats or blankets, or a cowl would be gorgeous, or a scarf. And here it is undyed, and it's has sort of a thick and thin quality to it, a rustic, but it's soft. It is definitely a soft, that alpaca, oh, luscious. There's the information, it's probably, and this is the colorway ecru, or natural ecru. And then we have natural fawn, natural light fawn technically. And the last colorway, again, undyed, is light gray, which is really pretty. And I have 10 skeins of each colorway available. So that is everything as far as the new yarn bases that I'm offering. Last thing that I'm going to share with you or show you are some baskets that I recently received from Africa, from Ghana, Africa. And these are called bolga baskets, which a lot of knitters and crocheters and sewists use for their craft. So I saw them at Rhinebeck, and there was a woman that had a ton of them, and they're so pretty. So at the current time, I have mostly small and large. I only have 1 medium because the rest are just stuck at an airport in Africa, and nothing is moving out because of what's going on right now. But I just thought I would briefly show you. These baskets are hand woven by these women who have to go and literally like cut the grass, they twist the grass, they have to dye it when they're done. They leather makers come in and make the leather handles, and they're just so well made, and the quality of craftsmanship is incredible. I was really blown away. So here's the first small, and I'll try to really do this quick. And then, oh, I think this last one here. This one, this is a plain colored with that red handle, really pretty. And then the large baskets, I'll show you the large baskets as well. Here is one. Sorry about the camera moving. Sorry this is full, but at least it gives you a really good idea of how, I mean, it holds a ton. That is a large basket. Or the large ones, the colors are all different. They send me a variety. I don't get to choose the colors. I get what they send me. which works out really well. Red and blue, and this one is full of yarn as well, the yarn that I just showed you. Now I'm forgetting, did I show you this one yet? Green and blue. Okay, this one's really pretty. Some yarn at the bottom. And then I'll show you just one more. This one here. There. That is all of the products that will be in the shop update, and I will have everything updated definitely by Sunday. Oh, I don't even know the date. Maybe it's the 18th. Sorry. I'll try to add a note here. So now let's just chat. I've been taking a course, a super intense course, and I think I told you a little bit about it. Maybe not. But it's related to my craft a living business. So it teaches you how to market. I would call it mostly a marketing class, but some of the exercises in it have you like go really deep. It's somebody said, they said that this class is harder than some of the master's level classes that they've taken, and that it actually digs so deep that there's a huge amount of psychology in it. And so all along I've been wanting to offer e-courses on how to start a podcast. Just, you know, how to start, specifically a knitting podcast, but any podcast really. And so in this course you do, you know, you give all of your ideas to the instructor, and then he gives you feedback, which is so valuable. So the feedback was, in his impression, was I wasn't going deep enough. Like I wasn't, there had to be more to it. So I said, well, there is, but I just really wasn't willing, not willing, but I didn't think that I would need to go into the topic that he brought up. I know none of this is making sense right now, but I'll try to clarify. So in my past, I was the victim of domestic abuse for about 20 years. It went on. And so it's something that I have overcome. It's something that I have risen above. It's something that drove me down to a dark place, took away my voice, took away my confidence, my self-esteem, pretty much destroyed me. But I came back from that. So this is years past, and obviously divorced that man, and went on to find healthy, true love, and went on to find my voice again. And so this course has you pull that stuff out, that stuff that you may have gone through but that could help someone else that is either going through it or has gone through it and hasn't healed yet and just needs some help, because I was alone. You know, when you're in an abusive relationship, you don't tell your family, your extended, you know, like I didn't tell my brothers, sister, parents. You kind of try to hide that. You do try to hide that and make it seem like it's okay. In fact, for a long time I thought that what I experienced couldn't possibly be abuse because I wasn't hit. It was more about things being broken all around me and things being thrown at me and windshields being broken and just constantly being threatened and constantly being afraid and constantly being worried about what you're going to say and is that going to set this person off. And it's a terrible, terrible thing to experience. But I still remember thinking, oh no, that's not me. And then while preparing for this course, I just decided to look up the definition and see exactly what is in the definition. And sure enough, all 8 indicators check, check, check. So I'm like, okay, you can't really hide from that anymore. That's the real deal, and that's here. So long story short, the course that I'm going to be offering now has just sort of changed a bit in that it'll be offered to women who have been in similar situations. And in my case, it was being an HSP and an introvert and finding that collision with a narcissist, and that can be a really, really bad combination. So yeah, it's morphing and it's evolving and it's becoming better and it's becoming more meaningful is really what I'm trying to say. So I just thought that was something I'd share with you. Anyone's interested in that, I'll leave the sign up info at the end of this podcast and you can go check that out. I think that's it for today. I hope that you have found this to be relaxing and a distraction from everything going on right now. And I hope you'll check out the shop update on Sunday. And yeah, I will see all of you really soon. Bye. Alright, we just got some fruit trees. So what did we get?
Rainier cherries, Bing cherries, black tartan.
And that's all in one tree.
One more.
Oh wait, one more.
That's a 3-in-1 cherry tree.
3-in-1, alright. And this one.
Bosque pears.
Let's see how tall.
Red Bartlett. Summer crisp. And Bartlett pear.
So that's 4-in-1. This one is the tallest.
This is the peach tree.
It's peach. And this one, look up here. It has a blossom.
It's an apple blossom.
Apple blossom.
And
so
those
what's
are
this one?
Fuji apples, Brayburn, and Honeycrisp.
All in one. So we're gonna plant them tomorrow. Stay tuned. It's raining out.